Hello everybody and welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. My name is Tammy and I am very excited to do your November Zodiac reading. And Capricorn, we're going to connect with one of your spirit guides, or rather someone on your spiritual team. But before we get into all that, really quickly, I ask if you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you would consider doing so. The YouTube formula, it is real. The hardest thing to work on is number of subscribers. You know, go ahead and, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think. I've done so many readings now. You can turn the notifications off. Sorry. You can turn the notifications off. I get it. I don't want my phone blowing up either. But by subscribing, you really do help me. Additionally, share, like, leave a positive comment, even if it's an emoji. All those things help get the content out there for people who might not be aware of the channel. Now, before my readings, I usually always draw a crystal that, or I pull out a crystal that I'm drawn to. And because this is a spirit guide or spiritual team member reading, I was drawn to, well, not drawn to, I wanted to pull out Celestite. Normally, my Celestite sits over here, but I wanted it to us to make sure we're getting the full energy on this. And Celestite is great for connecting with angels, higher beings, and things. And it does other things as well. Sorry, I hit the tripod there. But I primarily use it for connecting with angels and guides. I also have a piece in each corner of the room, so my meditation room is gridded with it. I do sell. And really quickly, a lot of people don't realize that my main business is my crystal business. So I do have a retail business, and I do sell Celestite. And the pieces, they will vary in size, but isn't it just gorgeous? This is what I put in the four corners of my room. And another really cool thing about Celestite is anybody that's a new mother, or, you know, maybe has a new grandchild, or even small children, you put this in the room. Obviously, you want to put it up high enough because, I mean, they are small and they can be a choking hazard. You put it in the room and it will call in guides and angels and their guardian angels and stuff to protect them while they're sleeping, or, you know, if they're quietly playing in the room. So this way they're always being protected. So just a fantastic crystal for that. I apologize if you hear a lawnmower. My husband is mowing the property, and he's like, is that going to bother you? I was like, no, we're not doing a guided meditation or a Reiki hug, so I do apologize for that in the background. All right, so let's talk Capricorn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 5 cards, and we'll go over which each card represents. We're going to talk with one person on your spiritual team. And you need to remember, your spiritual team, it is comprised of so many beings. You have your guardian angel who is with you. Hold on, I'm going to fix this again. It looks crooked on my end. Excuse me. So your guardian angel is with you from the moment you're conceived. And then you have other guardian, that's your guardian angel. You have other angel guides, animal guides, ancestors, ascended masters, elementals, light beings, galactic guides, scribes. You have just a whole slew of beings working for you to help you navigate through this life. So we're going to connect to one, get a couple messages, and then talk about your spiritual path. Now, I am connected to Capricorn energy right now, but that doesn't mean I can connect to every Capricorn person on the face of the earth. So the reading might not resonate with you. And if it doesn't, please don't get upset. Don't say that tarot is fake or woo-woo. What you can do is you can come back and watch the reading at a later time. I do this reading 3 times a year, so it won't be done again until March of 2024. Or you can go to my website, yournaturalhealer.com. If you go to the services tab, that's where all my services are: Reiki readings, numerology, birth chart analysis, all those things. You can sign up for a personal reading. Now, if it does resonate with you, what I want you to do is take your right hand, place it on your heart, take a deep breath in, and say to yourself, or say it out loud, yes, I claim this reading for myself. Okay? And when you do that, what it does is it basically affirms to the universe that yes, you accept the reading for whatever it is, good or bad. And another thing, my readings, excuse me, and I'm sorry if I sound a little winded. It's just my throat is getting really raw. This is the 10th reading I've done in 2 days. 10th Zodiac reading. I've done some personal readings too. This weekend has been very, very busy. I am using lozenges and I do have my water here, so I apologize in advance. What were we talking about? Oh, I lost my train of thought. I already said if it resonates. Oh, so I don't do what I call rainbow and unicorn readings. And I call the cards as they are, good or bad. There's actually readers out there who will pull cards in advance and they pre-select them. They don't even use intuition to draw them and to give you this beautiful love and light, like I said, rainbow and unicorn reading. And that's not what I'm about. You're not here for that. I'm not here to waste my time. I'm not here to waste your time. So I've had people triggered in the past send me nasty emails. And it's like, well, you were obviously triggered by something. But if you're expecting, and I hope it is a beautiful reading, but if you're expecting that, this is not the channel for you, because I am going to be 100% open and honest with my reading. Okay? All right. So the card we're going to look at first, Capricorn, this is going to be representative of a member of your spiritual team. It doesn't matter if the card is upright or in reverse. It's just going to let us know who we're dealing with. And the Fool. Now the Fool, everybody thinks Fool and you think, like the not smartest person or maybe the class clown kind of person. But that's not what the Fool is. The Fool is someone who's taking the first step on a journey. They're open to new experiences, whether good and bad. It's just that first phase, that first step in a new cycle of life. Like, for example, your first day of high school, that is a new cycle in your life. Or when you get married, that is, in tarot, that would be a Fool card moment, taking that first step. So we are dealing with your guardian angel on this, okay? So going straight to the big guy, the CEO of your spiritual team. All right, so the message that they want to convey to you right now at the time that you're reading this, okay, it's the Ace of Wands, but it's in reverse. Okay, so there's something going on where it's either you've lost like your ambition or your motivation, maybe even lost your passion, and you're really stopping yourself maybe from doing new things. And new things can be anything from something totally you've never done before. It could be maybe applying for a new job or starting a new relationship. But there's something in your life, and it's an important thing. It's not like trying a new restaurant or something. It's something important that you're really just like, whatever, I don't care. I'm not doing this. And so I'd be curious as to why, okay? And you're going to have to do the shadow work to figure that out. But your guardian angel is saying you need to be aware that this is a problem, okay? And that it is going to cause you to miss opportunities. These, again, can be opportunities in relationships, opportunities in money, in career, whatever. But you're going to miss on opportunities if you continue with this. So it's really hard to say like how this affects the chakras. Because of the fact that it can come from different things. It could be heart chakra if it's relationships, or if it's money and career, root chakra. Root chakra could also be relationships as well. So it's really hard to say, but if you've been finding that you just kind of been going through the motions and you're not motivated whatsoever, you need to be like the fool and take that first step and get going, okay? And only you can do that. But your guardian angel wants you to know that they are with you for that first step, okay? So call on them. You know, you could do it through meditation, or even, you know, close your eyes and just clear your mind for a second and say, guardian angel, I need you to be by my side right now. And they will be there, because, I'm sorry, I keep hitting this. Okay, my apologies. They want to be there for you, okay? So you have to find the way out of it. And I want you to think kind of like you maybe might feel like you're up to your ankles in mud. You're not quite up to the knees yet. You're getting there. But you can still make that first step out of the mud, okay? To find that passion, to find the motivation. And yeah, you might not find the passion right away, but you need to find the motivation. Stop putting whatever it is on hold for whatever reason, and get out of your head with this, okay? It's time to move forward. That's their big thing. It's time to move forward, which makes so much sense because the wands, the suit of wands, deals with movement. And movement can be physical movement, like traveling overseas, or it can be movement in our spiritual path or our relationship or just our life in general. And it really plays into this Fool card because, again, you see he's got a wand in his hand, and that's holding his little knapsack. So your guardian angel, I'm serious, really says you've got to dig deep inside you, and you need to motivate yourself to take the first step. Okay? Remember, every journey starts with a single step. And remember, life, and I know I'm throwing all these sayings out there, you know, life is not a marathon. You don't need to sprint. And that's not what your guardian angel wants. They don't want you sprinting. They want you to start walking. Think of somebody new starting a exercise regimen. A lot of times people go 100 miles an hour when the first time they work out, and they haven't worked out in 10 years and they're overweight, and then they get hurt and they're like, oh, I'm not exercising anymore. It's not worth it. Rather than taking it easy and getting acclimatized and then amping it up, and then acclimatizing, amping it up, and so forth. You get it. All right, let's look at the third card, which this is something that your guardian angel has been a message they've been trying to convey to you for, I would say, over maybe the last 3 months, maybe. You've either seen the messages and just didn't understand them, or you've seen them and just blatantly ignored them. But they have been giving you signs and dreams, signs, synchronicity, signs in the universe. And we're going to hear Parker bust in here in a minute, so my apologies. Don't jump. I'll probably jump when she opens the door because she knows how to open the door. So the message that you've been ignoring is the Three of Swords. I always want to call this the Three of Hearts because of the big heart on the card. First, I'm going to say I'm sorry it is for whatever you went through, because you've gone through something super traumatic. It's some kind of emotional hardship. It doesn't necessarily mean that you've lost somebody, but there's been some kind of loss or hardship. It could be a person, like a family member. It could be a relationship you lost, romantic or not. Maybe your job, or maybe you recently lost your home. It's something, it's not like you lost $20. It's something a little more pertinent to that. And you've really been going through something tough. It's not something that you chose to go through. I don't want to say it was done to you, because like if it's somebody passing away or you had an argument with a friend and they cut you off, that's not necessarily your doing. But whatever it is, it was in the cards for it to happen, and you cannot, you could, there was nothing you could do to prevent it. But it's definitely causing you a lot of hardship, a lot of emotional hardship right now. And I think that that's where this is coming from. This is stemming from this, that you've gotten into this cycle of maybe even to the point depression, that you cannot move forward. And please don't take this the wrong way. I'm not saying you're trying to feel sorry for yourself or you're being a drama king or queen or something like that. But a lot of times when really bad things happen to us, we can get stuck in the negative emotion. And we get stuck and we don't know how to get out. It's like, think of yourself if you were in a life jacket and you're out floating at sea, and every which way you look, you don't see land. It just looks like water. And let's say that the clouds are the sky's totally dark, no stars, no moon, no sun, and you just don't know which way to go. Okay. That's kind of what's happened here, is you've gotten sucked into this cycle, and it's really taken its toll on you. And your guardian angel is saying it's time to heal. Okay. It is time to heal. And the healing, especially if it's a loss of a person in our life, like I said, whether it's through death or whether it's through a relationship ended, whether it's romantic or platonic, it's time to move on from that. Okay. And when we move on from those things, it doesn't mean that we forget about the good times and that we can't go back and revisit memories. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you've ever watched any of my normal readings, and I've talked about this, I always say you can always go take a stroll down memory lane. Just don't take a chair with you and throw it out on the lawn and then just sit there and get stuck. Okay. So I don't know if you may, depending on how bad this is, you may need to seek professional help. You may need the services of like a counselor or a therapist, or maybe some kind of group therapy. Meditation, I feel, would definitely benefit you. Reiki as well. If you're into guided meditation, if you have not done the one on my channel, if you go to the playlist called Guided Meditations, I have one called Pink Energy Guided Meditation. It's for grief, trauma, things of that nature, really deep-seated emotional issues. I think you would definitely benefit from that. I think that would kickstart your healing. But this is definitely affecting your life. And if you don't move on, think of like a whirlpool. You're going to just keep getting sucked down more and more and more and more. And this stuff manifests physically, and while you may be going through depression right now and it may be causing some stress and anxiety, it can manifest in other ways as well physically, digestive issues, ulcers, heart conditions, there's lots of things depending on which chakra that it's affecting. Okay. And only you're going to know that. And I can't tell you that in a general reading, but your guardian angel really says it's time to heal from this. But again, you need to take that first step. And in order to take that first step, you've got to make the choice over here to want to move forward in your life. And if you do that, then this is going to allow you to put yourself back out there and get in the game, so to speak. Okay? I would definitely do that pink meditation, work on your heart chakra. I would add pink tourmaline. I have a piece here. This is a bigger chunk. This is my personal collection. This is pink tourmaline. I do sell pieces in the Your Natural Healer store. They're, quite a bit smaller. They're about the size of the celestite. They might be just a little bit bigger. But this is a fantastic crystal to work with when you're working on really deep-seated emotional issues that are really affecting you and your soul and your emotional well-being. Okay, so work with pink tourmaline if you have it. If you'd like to buy some, again, I do sell pink tourmaline. I sell also rose quartz. That's a great heart chakra crystal. But pink tourmaline is going to work on a deeper level with the grief and the sorrow and the emotional hardship that you're going through. Okay. I'm going to take a quick sip of water. Oops, and I hit that camera again. I have 2 bottles of water over here just in case. I'm going to pause while I sip it. I don't want you to hear me guzzling water. Okay, sorry about that. All right. So the next card we're going to turn over is how you can connect better with your guardian angel, because you should have a relationship with them, because that is their point. Their point is here to help you. And if you don't call on the members of your spiritual team, I always do. Even before this reading, I have a whole, I guess you could call it a prayer that I do to open myself up to read the cards from my heart space, to do it for your highest good and not for my ego. And I always ask for all my spiritual team to come in. I call my spiritual team MIST, MYST, which stands for my spiritual team. I always ask MIST to come forward. But then like the pink energy guided meditation I was telling you about, I was doing a passive meditation, and that's where you just sit and you clear your mind. But I had asked my guardian angel, who I call Amber, I had asked Amber to please be with me during this meditation, or, during that meditation. And if she had messages that I was going to be open to receive them. And that guided meditation came through. So I did it as it was coming into my head. And then when I finished, I was like, oh my gosh, I got to write this down and share it. So call them in. And yeah, the first time I felt so silly, but you know what? Oh my gosh, will make the biggest difference on your spiritual path. So how can you connect better? Okay, so you got the World, and that is in reverse. Excuse me. Your guardian angel is saying you have not been putting the work in. And it's probably because of this. You may a little bit, when we're dealing with griefful situations, heartbreak, emotional hardship, a lot of times we'll blame the universe, oh, it's just my luck and nothing in my life goes right. And we put this out there. But one of the things that I've really been working on this year, and I try to share my experiences with you so that way maybe my experience is here to help you, is my new mantra is change your thoughts, change your life. And if you're constantly with that self-doubt and that negative talk in your head, you're going to manifest that. So if something comes into your head that's negative, like, oh, the universe is out to get, stop right there. Put it out of your head. Take a couple deep breaths in and until that thought is gone. And I will promise you, you will see things change. I think there was a thing like in the 80s when I was a kid, it might've been a book or like one of those infomercials, The Power of Positive Thinking or Positivity. Man, that stuff is real. It is real. So if you haven't been putting in the work because of this, you've got to do this. Okay. By putting in the work, that means having trust in the universe. The universe, and source, whatever you want to call it, the universe, source, God, Allah, Buddha, whatever, loves you and is here for you and is not sending bad things into your life. Bad things in our life that we do for ourselves are a result of karma, okay? From this lifetime or another. And anytime we put negativity out in the world, it comes back threefold. So it's like if I ever think of doing something, that's not like super nice, like for example, if people are talking about somebody at work and I go to make a comment, I'll stop myself and go, okay, do I really want that to come back to me 3 times? And I stay out of it. Now, I'm not perfect, so yeah, sometimes I do that, and then I have to meditate and reflect. But anyway, this isn't about me. Excuse me. But you need to put in the work, okay? That is the only way you're going to... You can't just assume that your guardian angel is just going to, like a genie, pop up in your life whenever you need them without calling them. You have to connect, okay? And by connecting, you got to show trust in the universe. You got to make yourself open to receiving messages from them. Okay? Now let's talk about your spiritual path. I'll be kind of a little bit curious to see what card you got for this. And your current path, okay, you got the 9 of Wands. Okay, well, first of all, this is definitely karma related somehow. I don't think like if somebody passed away in your life, that it was karma. We all, that's part of being human. We have people in our life that are going to pass away. But there's a lesson that you need to learn through this experience that is karma related. Okay? And what the karma is, only, you may not even know. And I know not everybody believes, and here I go hitting the tripod again, I'm sorry. Not everybody believes in past lives, and I understand that. But sometimes karma is from past lives. And let's say your last life, there was something, it might show up 5 lives after that. It depends. But there's some karmic lessons that you really need to learn here. Okay, so I would advise you, whatever is going on here, I would do one of those passive meditation sessions. Put on some great meditation music, a really good channel that has authentic, good vibrational, correct frequency is Meditative Minds. They've got some really good meditation music out there, so I'm going to plug them. I listen to them all pretty much, I would say 90% of the time that I meditate. There's 2 others that I listen to, but this would be very good for you. You really need to work on your energy. We have our physical body, we have our emotional/mental body, and then we have our spiritual body. And I do think that part of this not really connecting with your spiritual team is the fact that you're not really working on your energy. Meditation or yoga are excellent, excellent, excellent ways to work on your energetic field. Excuse me. Of course, I'm going to plug, my business. But Reiki is fantastic for energy healing. It can get us in the right direction. Okay. But I always say that, don't think that you're going to go have one Reiki session and that your life is miraculously fixed. Sometimes it can take us several lessons or several sessions, especially if you're doing it for karma work. I am offering, and I think you're the first guys that I'm telling this to, on New Year's Eve, December 31st, throughout that day, I am going to be offering, right now I'm only offering 10 slots. I am doing a karma and heart chakra cleansing. It is appointment based, and it will be distance Reiki sent to you, and I will only be focusing on sending energy to cleanse karma, and I'm not going to be necessarily picking up what karma we're working on, but Reiki will, work on whatever it is that it feels it needs to be worked on. And I will also work on cleansing out and balancing that energy in your heart chakra. So if that's something you're interested, please, I'm going to be putting that out here in the next few weeks for people to sign up for. Excuse me. But Reiki, whether you have a Reiki practitioner already in person or distance, that is up to you. I know a lot of people will sit there. I know when I first started Reiki, I was like, distance Reiki, what? And once you start to understand quantum physics and you start to understand energy, that energy doesn't understand time. Energy doesn't apply to space. Energy doesn't apply to distance. It doesn't know these things. You know, Reiki is a phenomenal way to heal. And that can help jumpstart you with this, you know, maybe getting a Reiki session to cleanse and balance your chakras will enable you to be able to take that first step to heal. That would be your first step to heal. So that may open you up to be able to find that motivation that you need to move forward in life. Okay? So Capricorn, I know it was kind of, you know, it wasn't the greatest reading, but it was really not horrible. You know, in life, we have ups and downs. And yes, you've gone through a really crappy time, but you're going to get through this. And then, like I said, it's up and downs. You're going to have the good with the bad. All right. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you on one of the weekly readings. I do them every Monday and Friday. And go live your best life, but do it the natural way. Namaste.